game, certainly not the outcome that we wanted. Didn't do enough of the things that we needed to put ourselves in a situation to win the ball game. I thought, in the first half, both teams kind of came out and struggled from the perimeter of making shots. We have to do a better job of defensively standing in front of the ball with wide hands. And then offensively, when we do get the ball into the paint and secure the ball and make sure we have strong finishes at the rim. But, today, we turned the ball over far too many times, not catching passes with two hands or not securing the ball when we got into the paint because we knew they had active hands. And we got in too deep, and they came in and they got their hands on quite a few balls.
Questions?
I think the last 3 games, the turnover stat for y'all was like 8, 10, and 8. What was different about today?
Didn't take care of it. I mean, there were times when the pass maybe wasn't great, but we didn't go meet it. There were times when it should have been, always should be a 2-hand catch. And then there were some times too when we penetrated in and they were able to get a hand on it. And we have to make better decisions once we get there and make sure that we do a much better job of securing the basketball.
In late December, is that something that is a problem? That's an issue right now?
Well, anytime you turn the ball over, it's an issue.
But like something that fundamental.
Sounds fundamental. We only had 8 last game. So tonight we come in here and we have 18. So, you give Gardner-Webb credit, but, also for us is we just have to do a better job of being strong with the ball. When you have the ball, make sure you secure it.
Dan, that's a team that has a lot of upperclassmen on their roster. A lot of them kind of came through big for them today. Is that one of the keys to what they were? You talked earlier this week about teams with experience trying to bully your younger team. Did you see a little bit of that today too?
A little bit, not a lot. I thought that a lot of the turnovers we had, we were just dribbling in traffic. They're defensively, they're kind of a pack line team. So anytime that there's any type of dribble penetration inside that 3-point line, you know that there are going to be bodies and hands there. And, we didn't do a good job of recognizing once we got into traffic of picking that ball up. Now, they're active and, they force that amount of turnovers, but we have to make better decisions with the basketball when we get there.
Had 2 of their top 4 players out of the game with 2 fouls early in the game, I think in the first couple of minutes. A little bit disappointed you didn't kind of make them pay for that more in the first half? We didn't get to the free throw line enough, to be honest with you. I mean, we got them in a situation where there were some guys that were out, like you mentioned, and we didn't get the ball to the paint enough the way we wanted to or the way we should have. So, yes.
Danny, it was like nearly 6.5 minutes you went scoreless in the second half to go from up 3 to down 12, somewhere like that. What did you see as the issues there other than not being able to make a shot? What was happening for you guys at that stretch where you didn't score?
A lot of times we had opportunities. We had some decent looks at it. Just didn't go in. You're not going to make all the shots that you take. And as a former player and how as a coach, but when you get to the free throw line or you get 5 or 6 feet within the hoop, you expect to make a good percentage or a good amount of those. And in the first half, we didn't do that. I thought we missed, at least 5 to 6 layups in that first half.
Like you said, you're not going to miss all the shots you take, but you also had a couple of your 3-point shooters that were remarkably off early in the game. Sean D and Brandon both, started off, I think, 2 for 7 and 0 for 4. They hit some late. How were they able to kind of get their stroke going late? Was it just desperation?
Well, you want them to shoot good shots. You want them to shoot, and when you catch the ball, you need to be shot ready. You got to trust your mechanics. You got to trust the work that you put in. And, those guys are two of our veteran guys. They understand kind of you're going to have days or moments like this, but you got to continue to stay disciplined in your shot mechanics and, be ready on the catch to shoot good shots. And those guys continue to to stay after it in that regard.
And he's sitting at 6-5 in non-conference so far. One non-conference game up at Cornell. Have losses at Houston Baptist and Gardner-Webb. ACC season slate is going to be much more unforgiving than that. How can you possibly hope to get these guys turned around and ready to compete against the best of the best in just the next week?
Well, we've got to come out and we've got to continue to take steps. That's the only thing. There is no hidden recipe other than coming in and wanting to get better every day, wanting to improve and wanting to continue to stack days. And that's what it's all about. Whether it's in a practice going from drill to drill, whether it's today to tomorrow, whether it's this game to the next game, that's got to be the mindset every time that you step out on the court.
You said that the first couple 3 practices after break were good practices. Did that continue yesterday and then just not continue today? Or?
Just say it was an okay practice, but I mean, we didn't perform the way we needed to perform in the game today. And a lot of different areas that we didn't do well in. So we've got to continue to work.
When you're disappointed in a performance like today, recognizing that it is a long season, do you go in there and blast those guys a little bit? Like, what is the approach you take in terms of nurturing or ripping?
There's a little bit of both. You're going to have some aggressive counseling, so to speak. You're going to have some encouragement along the way. But, at the end of the day, it's, you're trying to push and challenge and help guys continue to improve and have an impact in that regard. And a lot of it is team-based. A lot of it's individual-based. So, there are certain kids that hear the message differently with the way it's being delivered.
Kind of piggybacking off that, obviously you weren't happy with the win or with the loss today, but were you happy with the effort, the overall effort?
Not when you lose. I thought there were some spurts. We did some good things, but across the board when you lose.
Anything else for Coach?
Danny, how do you explain Olivier's kind of roller coaster play? He had 9 rebounds through the first 12 minutes, and then he finished with 9. Any way to kind of get his motor going 100% for you guys? Or am I looking at it wrong that it's not a motor problem, it's just, what is it?
Not just him, but all of us, we have to get better. I think, for all of our guys, rebounding the ball, I try to put a formula on it, just to be honest with you. I think if you're a big guy, you should get a rebound every 2.5 to every 3-15 minutes that you're out there. If you're a wing, I'd say every 4. If you're a guard, every 5. So those are the mathematical formula that I use to challenge our guys. He did have a good amount of rebounds and probably should have finished with a few more.
Is that your own sabermetrics there? Did you cook that up yourself? Is that Larry Brown? Who is that?
Yeah, that's just a smorgasbord of being around basketball for a long time and looking at guys that are successful in college and then are successful moving on to that next level as well.
Time for one more if we have it. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.